You guys are fun.
Here you go.
I literally had this.
I literally,
Is that
I thought it was a dildo too, but it's just not. Because they do make dildos
thought it
out of
was.
crystals.
Chakra.
They do make dildos out of crystals.
So we did an episode before the one you were just here for, and she brought me this. This is for healing. So I've been literally holding this every episode now.
You're tingling.
I was gonna tell her, but I was like, we're not close.
I want it too?
They look
No, I
incredible.
No, this is just lotion.
What kind of
Great
lotion?
boobs.
My Organic Glow.
Hey, plug it.
Plug.
Oh, you're recording?
Yeah.
This is all
I
the
got the
intro.
whole creep. You look like a whole creep.
No, her boobs look amazing.
That's
Everyone needs to
Ashton.
know.
That's Ashton in the background, guys.
They look
So-
amazing. I'm sorry.
They do.
Thank you. Today we are talking about
Kay's boobs.
Kay's
What kind of
boobs.
lotion?
We're talking about Organic Glow Skin Co., which is the company I own.
Hey.
We'll put that in the description box, right, Austin?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
I just made my order.
We should probably put it in
Did
like
you?
every description, really.
We should.
Tell the people.
Yeah. You're so smart. Support Black business.
Because I just got the body kit thing with
Yes.
the
The
four.
whole body, the bundle.
Yeah.
There you go. Guys, I'm Kay Cola, if you didn't know.
Marcel.
Austin.
Drew.
She is now.
We don't want to get the cameraman excited. Anyway.
Drew, guys. Isn't she beautiful?
She's gorgeous.
Thanks for having me,
Glowing
guys.
goddess up in this bitch. We rarely have women here.
We don't.
No.
Well, here I am.
This is exciting. So we're talking about social media. Is it saving or ruining lives? Is it saving or ruining relationships?
Both.
Both.
I say both.
I ain't no idol, I'm a lighthouse, I set everybody free.
What is it? Best of both evil? How do you say that name?
Like the duality, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I feel
Two
like.
sides of a coin.
Exactly, because I feel like, especially with that, like there is good on social media and there's bad, but it's up to you to be able to register the good and bad.
So you have a pretty nifty online presence.
I mean, compared to a lot of people, I don't think it's like.
But that, so we're gonna talk about that because we kind of like compare ourselves
Yes, very true.
to,
Yeah.
like based on our followers or like things we're doing. How did you grow your following?
So I started on this entertainment news channel called Clever. And it's
Okay.
basically like, it's half entertainment news and then half like personality stuff. So like style shows and eating shows.
Is that the one in Hollywood?
It wasn't Beverly Hills, just moved to Santa Monica. 'cause it
So
got
you
worse
weren't
there.
twerking to get your
Ooh!
No.
You know, that's a workout too. Keep that in mind.
It is. Nothing.
Well, no, because
everyone.
everyone kind of has like a niche, you know, and like I know at one point like the twerking thing was kind of like a thing to like get followers.
Still a thing, I
Is
think.
it?
Oh, that's what you be creeping on when you double tap it at night?
No, I'm just saying like it exists.
Are
I don't
girls
think it
doing
went
that
anywhere.
on
Anywhere.
social media?
On the
Yeah.
interwebs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like what like an Instagram model type is like.
Yeah.
It can be any of those
Yeah,
things.
yeah. Quotes. People follow quotes.
Quotes. All that.
Memes.
Meme pages, tips.
There's everything. No, mine wasn't like that. Mine was, I started as like an entertainment host basically, and then like the channel was big, so then
Yeah.
I just got my following from that, and then did my own channel for a little bit back with them.
So when was your
Close.
last relationship?
I've never been in an actual relationship.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I'm like a serial dater.
I'm judging, but in a good
yeah,
way.
Yeah.
What's your sign?
Aquarius.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Ooh!
Yeah, like on the cusp. I'm February 18th, so Pisces is like next day.
Ooh,
That changes
child.
everything.
Okay!
A lot going on.
Pisces is like when you don't like?
No,
okay.
no. My mom's a Pisces. You guys are super emo though, like super emotional. But then Aquarius are not really emotional. Like the men that I know mostly Aquarius men, and they're very like old soul, rigid, disciplined. So would you say that's you?
I'm like, for a long time I was like afraid of emotions. I was like vulnerability, ew. But now it's kind
That's
of
Aquarius.
Yes.
apparently I cry now. It's
Oh,
happened for
that's
like
your
the last-
Pisces.
Weird.
Yeah, it's gross.
No,
No,
it's a
it's
good
okay to
thing.
cry.
Cry,
It's
girl,
okay
you
to
better
cry.
cry it out.
Definitely should cry. Well, the first relationship I had one, high school. I feel like that doesn't really
No.
count.
High
Doesn't
school
count.
relationships don't count when
It's
you're
like
an adult.
baby stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
what?
where I was going with this was, have you ever dated a guy who was insecure about your social media?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
1000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so weird. How like what were they? How did that manifest? What was that like?
He cared. I mean, he's an actor, and
Oh,
he cared
thespian.
about clout. Yeah, he's a thespian.
Oh, we heard about clout.
And like all that stuff. He never outwardly said it.
He was a hater from a
blatantly.
distance?
Yeah, he would just like make little comments being like, oh, like I see your numbers are getting up there. And I was just kind of like, oh,
You making it a competition?
Yeah.
Like,
and
Wait,
then-
but was he big on social media?
He had a good following. It wasn't as big as mine, and again, mine.
So he was just projecting, being like,
Yep.
wow, that's
Yeah.
so great
Yes.
you're getting bigger on social media.
Yeah.
I wish I was.
And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I didn't work out, because like I would prefer to be with someone who doesn't really care about that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I see it as such like a job first,
Yeah.
and then like entertainment second. And
Yeah.
if like if you're like, ooh, care, like I get enough of it at work, I don't need it in my personal life.
Question.
You know?
Yeah.
Have you looked at which sign you are most compatible with?
For sex and relationships,
okay.
like in a hookup type of way, it's a Leo.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it is for like marriage because I'm not there yet.
I can't wait. But this is not about zodiac.
But I'm just saying though, like that could also help too though.
Okay, so
Well, I think so. All right, on my Uber ride over here, my Uber driver and I were talking, and she was like, we started talking about social media, and she was like saying how she always thinks, like, or she thinks the way you present yourself on social media is a very accurate reflection of who you are, and I pretty much disagree. I think it's true in some cases, but I don't think it's always true, because I think social media is limited in the fact of like, you might even just be bored. Like social media in and of itself is fake. So like I might just want to be in the world of social media and just do bullshit, and I'm not really like that in real life.
there are different planes.
For sure.
Everyone
Yeah.
uses it differently. I personally use it to display my truest self.
Exactly.
And that's just how I am in all facets of my life. Whether you listen to my music, my writing, whatever, you're gonna get me.
But do you feel like across
there
the
are
board
people
it's like that?
Yeah, I do. My social media?
No.
Oh,
Like,
no.
like social
So,
media in general. That's
where
kind of where I was
going.
going. Yeah.
That's where I was going. Like when you brought up Tekashi 6ix9ine in the last episode, you know, all he's gonna show you is he likes to show off his jewelry, and
reckless
he
with
likes
something.
to act like he's such a hardcore
Yeah.
gangbanger, and then he gets into jail and he bitches up. You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's a lot of. I mean, even think about 9 out of 10 trolls, right? They're gonna threaten you. They're all fucking macho on there, and it's usually a 12-year-old kid in Alabama who's
Right.
fucking frail, and you know what I mean. So.
No, because I completely understand with that, because business purposes. Remember when I was talking about how off camera when I said I killed Oreo 26 like years ago? I did
That
that.
was his name. He
My
kept
old,
Oreo.
like,
I was like,
literally,
what's
my old,
illegal.
like online presence used to be Oreo 26 when I used to be botting and bopping in these streets of Los Angeles, just
He's
running
still
wild.
thotting and
No, I'm not,
bopping.
girl. I'm classier. Stop. But when back in the day when I was younger in a little thought pocket, I was literally being the most ridiculous online, and I had to physically check myself, because in business, people don't respect you. And I was losing out on clients. They were like, "Oh, do you know this person?" And potential relationships from like stylists, and just being taken seriously. Even though at the time I had stopped being that person, but my online presence was still this person.
What do
So
you
I was living
use
up
your
to it.
social media for?
Work, getting paid mainly.
Yeah.
I do like
Brand deals?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like I got like a whole bunch of them coming in, but like
Yeah.
it's mainly like Fashion Nova and like what's it called? Dolls Kill. It's like I have to like be on a schedule of when I post stuff.
Yeah.
And like it's gotten annoying, I think, at this point for people. I feel bad, but it is what it is.
Hey,
Have
make
you,
that money.
have you dealt with trolls?
You know, not really, surprisingly, a little bit, because like that's just the internet, but it hasn't been what I would expect it to be.
You've dealt with trolls, right?
Oh yeah.
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 Let's talk about your trolls.
I'm not even an influencer anymore.
Let's
They still
talk
listen
about
to
your
it.
trolls.
Yes, you are.
Talk about them.
Yeah, like what have you experienced? What's some of
Oh
like?
God, yo, alright. I'll tell you one of the craziest things. This is where I really learned how like insane people on the internet will go.
Yeah.
So I had this person DM me on Twitter one time, and they were like, "Hey," this is back when I was still doing YouTube, and they were like, "Hey, I'm just a big fan, and like I was just wondering if you have any tips for me on YouTube." So I gave them like some tips and just like general things. Then I see like there's like blogs and shit that would like talk shit about me, and then like someone started tweeting me this screenshot of a DM, and they literally, first of all, they were shitty at Photoshop. I'm verified on Twitter, and they didn't even put that on there. But like, and they photoshopped this whole conversation of me being, it was like this guy, and they're like, "Hey, you're sexy," and I was like,
What?
"Wow, thanks. What's your name?" And like they put this whole conversation together, and I was just like, I mean, I wasn't like threatened by it, but I was just
Right.
like, this is insane that you guys think that you need to go to that place
Or
to
have
like
have the time.
right, like,
Shine.
and then
First of
also,
all.
yeah, you were just bad at Photoshop. Like, there was like little splotches of like, I was
Right.
like, you guys are terrible. Like, why do you think this is
Yeah.
real? But yeah.
That's one of the things I think that I mean, so we get a lot of fake news on social media,
Very true.
right? People are able to manipulate photos, they're able to manipulate the news, gossip, history. Like, I know a lot of us, even myself, I've been, you know, one to get like some information, and then instead of like looking it up myself, I just assumed because it was posted on Instagram that it was
Right.
true.
Shade room
You
is
fell for
fine.
one of those like where it's
Shade
like,
room begin you every time.
Shade room telling me I'm like, it happened.
Because how they get you is they hit you with that. They give you the full description. Check on the rest of the shade room, and you're like, look, I ain't gonna verify online because they
Right.
said it at that point. I'm
Right.
not going to the website.
Or how
so it
many
must be
times
true.
have they said someone died? Like, remember at one point Ricky
Yeah.
Martin, there was that Ricky Martin rumor that
Twitter,
he
like
died.
they'll have
Yeah.
something trending. Yeah.
Also things like, I don't know, like just like even health things, like they'll try and like scare you with like something health, and if you don't do the research on your own, then you'll think it's true. I think social media has made us lazy.
Yeah.
We have like access to this information, so we don't go research it ourselves, and we're so gullible.
It's also made us lazy in terms of like we don't know how to communicate or
Communicate
have
with one another.
conversations.
I'd say that that's the biggest thing. Like, I don't, or kind of off of that. Like, when you look at someone's social media before, like, per se, you go out on a date with them.
Yeah.
It's like you learn so much about them, or at least
Yeah.
what they want you to know about
Right.
them.
Yes.
Before even talking to the person. And
Yes.
it's kind of like, well, I'm kind
I
of
don't have anything else to know.
Yeah, exactly.
I just always have my homegirl CNN run the full report.
Background check.
That part.
I get it. I would do that too.
That's actually
If
a
you got
really
the
good
blood,
point.
if you got the blood, do
It kind of makes it boring now because it's like I know everything about you. What are we going to talk about at? And then half the time you're pretending like you didn't like stalk their whole
Right.
social
But
media
see,
page.
but see, this is where like, this is why I think it's just like a human thing we got to figure out. Because like for me, I know when I meet new people, I just dive right into like, here's my trauma, here's my background, here's this and that. It's like, and
That's what we did the first time
yeah, I
we
know.
went to
That's
dinner.
why we're friends. Like,
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
that's why like
yeah.
you know like if I meet someone, I just want to learn about them. So I don't really give
Yeah.
a fuck. Like if I see your social media and I'm like, oh that was cool, you did that little shoot or you did that funny video. So what's your life
Like,
story?
and?
Like and
Yeah.
like
Wait a
that's cool.
minute. We did that shit too.
What?
Over the phone.
This is why we're all on this podcast.
I know, I love that. We did the same thing too.
Yeah,
Drew,
That's
tell us your
crazy.
trauma and life story.
Well, first.
your traumas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was a joke. You don't have
No,
to.
no, no.
So right now, social media is one of the biggest causes for anxiety and depression. Have you guys experienced that from social media? Has it? I personally have. I think one of the things that I've been bullied like really bad. Mainly
Haters.
because I'm so I've had haters, I've had stalkers or like exes of my exes. I'm very vocal and very like I do a lot of activism. So I'll have like the racist people, or I'll have like the, if you know I'm talking about police brutality, I'll have the pro-police people, like the Blue Lives Matter. If I'm talking about Black Lives Matter, I've had just anything that I'm super vocal about that's like bringing awareness is super important to me. So I do attract trolls, and before it used to make me cry. It used to get to me.
And
Now,
why
are you laughing?
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. I was just thinking like, damn, there's so much of that on social media.
Yeah.
If that was
Yeah.
like affecting you in that way, I can only imagine like how intense that would have been. Like over
Oh,
and
yeah,
over and
I got
over and
super
over and over.
bullied.
Like it's everywhere you look.
I got super bullied. I was in the shade room because I posted a comment. I used to live below Chris Brown and Carucci, and I heard things that
Oh,
he
shit.
was doing. And
yeah.
people were trolling Carucci because she was speaking out about what happened to her, and I literally heard it and I couldn't take it, and I was like, she's not lying. Literally, they post my comment. I'm getting all of Chris Brown's fans, whatever, like trolling me, posting me, doing all this shit, and I'm literally telling the truth, right?
Yeah.
And I get these haters, and it made me stronger. At first it hurt, but it made me stronger because now I'm like, I've literally been verbally abused by a man that I love. I don't fucking know you.
Right,
You just
yeah.
made a page. Why the fuck do I care what you think about me? I literally don't.
Yeah.
So now I'll either just block and delete, or I'll be like, you know what? I love you. I hope you heal. You know what I
The
mean?
best
Plug
way
it.
to do it. Kill
Yeah.
people with kindness.
That
Every
part.
single time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's interesting because like if we think about social media is what like 10 years. We're like 10 years into it really,
Yeah.
which is nothing. And so I wonder like as it goes on, like what's the next 10, 20 years? Like how are we gonna psychologically start dealing with it if we, you know, come to terms with this like healthy aspect of it? Like what is healthy, what's a healthy way to use social media, but then also not get lost in it? Or like how do we even raise our kids on it? Like how do we, what do we say to them?
I think
This is fucking healthy.
Yeah,
Who
but-
hurt you is the
Right.
healthy way to use social media.
Yeah, but like from when I shut down my first business, I disappeared from social media for 6 to 7 months. I shut everything down because I had to process and deal with my life and deal with what I was going through emotionally. And I knew that I couldn't be online. I didn't want to like showcase who I was. And you know what I mean? I wanted to really reflect. And I think those are the things that you have to do. You literally have to be like, look, am I in the right mindset to be able to process what's being shown to me? Just like I've had to unfollow people when I was going through a dark time.
Right.
And then they took it as a personal attack, like, well, we're not friends anymore, you don't fuck with me. And I'm like, I see you're doing amazing things right now and I'm not doing amazing.
Yeah.
That's making me feel worse about myself, so I have to unfollow you at this moment.
Yeah,
And those are things we need to talk about, and don't be afraid of being truthful and honest to yourself.
Right.
I think another important thing is not always showing, like we call it the highlight reel of like, oh, I have this new outfit, oh, I'm on this vacation, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, me talking about like the struggles that I'm going through with my breakup, as much as I talk about it, like, I could fucking post my bags all day. I have a million bags, but what the fuck does that do? Like,
Yes. Right.
that's not helping nobody. Yeah, like someone may be like, oh, you have a cute bag, or, oh, like, no, like, that shit is not important. What's important is like, everybody's fucked up. I know I'm fucked up. Here's how I'm fucked up. This is what I'm doing to try and work on my fucked upness. What are you doing? Because maybe you have some ideas for me too. Maybe I'm having a bad day. Maybe you have some advice or maybe a kind word for me. And I can't tell you how many people have literally like I'm like bawling in tears and someone will DM me something and it'll like remind me to keep going. Like, don't give up.
I just had one of those moments with one of my friends where they said something of that caliber where they said they're gonna give up, and I had to immediately get off of social media, call this person, be like, bitch, I do not ever want to hear you say that shit ever again. You are a strong woman. You have not come this far to only gone this far. So get the fuck out of your head, desensitize, turn off your phone, process, come back tomorrow stronger than ever. And I think sometimes you have to either have a good support system or you have to be strong-willed in life and have had to go through shit. Because I really think that's a really big issue, especially with social media, is if you haven't gone through shit in life, you let that filter, that Valencia filter that everyone uses, really distracts you from the reality.
Let's talk about filters, because that's another thing. Like,
Yo, all right, that's like, it is weird. I've like gone on dates before where I met someone and I was like,
Austin, people want to see your mouth when you talk.
Do touch your mouth a lot.
oh yeah, my bad.
Do you think I'm gonna
Why do you think I'm coming
Don't know
up
what
with
that thing's meant. Hold
No,
on.
I-
She just got it, okay?
What I'm saying is, I've met people though, and I'm like, you are not the person in your picture. Like
Yep.
those filters and
Oh.
Facetune and all of that.
Yeah.
I've always said, like, if I'm being shady, oh my god, you've mastered the dog filter without the filter.
I cannot.
Wow.
But you know,
Savage
it
as
fucks with other, like, I don't know, we're women, so it's like when you see a girl who looks perfect and then you're looking at yourself, how does that make you feel?
I can't tell you how many times I've sent my friend a picture of some girl in like a bikini with a huge ass with nothing on it. Nothing. And her waist is like, and I'm like, huh, what?
Yeah.
And she's like, girl, it's not real.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
She
not
paid for
real.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
like,
she, what's that app that like will slim your waist and then make your butt bigger?
they
They do that too. So
they have
it's
like,
like,
a bunch of stuff that's
so
like
it's like
that.
we get down on ourselves.
Right, because we're like, I thought I was human. No, other people were as well.
No, but I don't think that's just a woman thing, because as a gay man, we go through that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I always say
Yeah.
that I'm, it's funny because people always laugh at me, but I'm like, I'm gay, fat, and straight skinny. So what that means is that I'm skinny in the eyes of gay people, but
Goodbye.
around gays, I'm considered like
Oh,
out of
like
shape.
in
because
straight
I'm-
people, you're skinny.
Yeah,
and
because
then
they're on
gays,
gays, I'm out of shape because I'm not as
I
full
can't.
tone as I used to be. So
Right.
I was the person that I used to always screenshot like, oh my god, his fucking body's amazing, da 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 da, and send it to my friend. But I'm like, but bitch, he ain't got a face. He just got a body.
Right.
And then he was like, he had to check me like, bitch, like you literally have a negative thought process about this person that you don't know? Why are you valuing yourself less than based off of this person who portrays this life on Instagram?
Yeah.
So I think it just enhances our insecurities because we see it in a like macro level rather than micro, because it's like if I see a girl walking down the street and she makes me feel a little insecure, it's different than seeing 300 girls in one day who are fucking perfect because they filtered, nip tuck, tuned, whatever, everything.
That's
contoured.
I've been so careful because my audience came from clutter, which is like mostly younger like tweens. When they came, I wanted them, when they saw my page, I'm like, I can't post something that's like skinny tea or whatever. I don't want them to have like this warped sense of what they're supposed to look like. Even if I am posting something where like I'm in a bikini or whatever, I'll make sure I pick a shot that's not like, oh, I just woke up, I didn't eat anything yet today, but like I look really skinny, but that's not what I actually look like, you know what I mean? So I'm like really it's like a struggle though, because like I want to look a certain way, obviously, but I'm like, what is this gonna
look
like?
Well, at least you're mindful of that.
You know?
Some people are just out here trying to like, I'm gonna do anything just so I can get paid or like get a brand deal.
One of those brands DM'd me and I was like, you know what? No, because this shit is literally all somebody has to do is. All it makes you do is go to the bathroom. It's a laxative.
It's a laxative.
And it's like, no, I don't want to promote this. We need to be promoting healthier lifestyles, healthier mental health, not a get rich quick. I mean, or a quick fix. Right. You know?
Yeah, because then Kim, she got backlash when she was endorsing the
allegedly
when she was endorsing the suckers. That they were promoting the suckers, the weight loss suckers.
A lot of people.
What?
And then she got a lot she allegedly got a lot of backlash because people were like, you're promoting an eating disorder based off of suckers, like saying that, oh, if you eat the sucker only, you'll lose weight, and that's not realistic. It's not realistic.
No, not at all.
So everyone on the couch is single, kind of whatever, dating around. When you guys see like relationship goals,
oh, I hate that. I hate
that. Relationship goals.
How does it make you feel? Like, no, I'm saying like when you see happy couples.
I hate when people say that.
No, I know.
I think it's beautiful.
But no, I love seeing a happy couple.
But when it ends, I'd be like, why? You were the perfect couple.
I know. I get really attached.
I'd be like,
we get attached to the couple.
I do.
I'm like, what happened to you guys?
I'm like, who cheated?
Maybe it's just because I'm jaded because I went through all that and on social media. I'm like, I used to always tell everyone, like, because people would always be like, relationship goals. And then we got divorced. I'm like,
damn. That's why I'm so.
Nope.
I'm really careful about if I am seeing, even though I haven't had a boyfriend, I've dated people for long periods of time. And like, I will not post you on my social media.
I won't post anymore.
Exactly.
I posted my last guy so much, and not only were hoes scavenging after we broke up.
And while you were in the relationship.
But it's like people were so tied to us. They were like, what happened? No, you guys need to work it out. No, like they felt entitled to our relationship.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm struggling. I don't want to talk to you about this. I don't even know who the fuck you are. And you're DMing me. So I promised myself moving forward, I would never post
I feel like people just, they always, like some people unhealthily just grasp for being like, oh, this couple's so cute. I just want to latch onto them. And like I had a girlfriend. It's dumb. I had a girlfriend for like a month. It was my own problem. I rushed into it. I just wanted it. Whatever.
Oh, I saw you post her.
Yes, I posted her like
after a month.
No, listen. I posted her, and then like 3 days later, I broke up with her because I was like, "Why did I do this? I rushed into this. I don't want to."
Well, at least you can own up to that.
But no. Listen, I posted it, and literally everyone was like, "Oh my god, so cute!" And then I was just like, I didn't post anything, and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, we loved you guys together." I'm like, we weren't even. Y'all didn't know anything about us. Like, one, I barely knew anything about her, and then two, y'all definitely didn't know anything. But like, people just latch onto shit sometimes.
Yeah, and I think another issue that we have that people keep forgetting is that what we put on social media is what we are allowing you to see our life. You're not seeing everything. Totally. So me moving forward, I do a lot of shit in private that I don't post online. Even though I post like a lot of funny, crazy shit.
I post a lot online, and I'm still doing private shit.
And I still do private shit because I had to learn the hard way by putting shit public and having it come back and not work out in my favor. Right. And then you look like you got egg on your face. So
I kind of stopped caring though about the egg on my face shit because I learned people talk about me anyways. So I would rather talk about me I'll talk about me. Like you want to fucking talk about this? No, I said it first. I'm accountable. I fucked up. I'm sad. I fucked up on this. I did this person wrong. I would rather admit it and be like, this is me. I'm working on myself, than be like, oh, I'm perfect.
Right.
Look at my fucking perfect body. Look at my perfect house. Look at.
And the only people who have issues with you saying things are like that are the people who haven't accepted themselves for who they really are.
Yeah.
Insecure. Exactly.
Very true.
And that's a lot of people on social media. And I think that social media is not the issue. I think humans are the issue.
Oh yeah.
We are so fucked up, and we see now, we have access to how fucked up we are.
Yeah.
And I think we also keep thinking that by you thinking that you're fucked up, that there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you for being fucked up.
Right.
Like, but you being aware of, like, say if you have toxic traits, like we just did a video on toxic masculinity. If you're aware of a toxic trait that you have, it's up to you to remove the toxicness from yourself.
Yeah.
To allow your best version of yourself to come forward.
Yeah.
So
I have an issue with deciphering how much I want to share versus like what would be relatable or helpful.
Because sometimes you be in your feelings, you just feel like you want to be like, I got my first troll from this.
Really?
When I posted like don't or niggas ain't shit on my page, and I was in that moment, I was like,
When you feel some
I was
type
just
of
in the
way.
I was in the mood like, really, nigga?
Right.
I'm leaving you in red. And then I was like,
Right.
type of situation. And then they were like, oh, how dare you say respect our brother and sister and do all this for Nipsey, and then you're over here saying niggas ain't. I was like,
It's like, come on.
wait a minute, what?
Niggas still ain't shit.
Whether you know what we mean.
Whether you're pro-black, pro-Nipsey, pro-African, whatever.
Wait,
like,
do the Latina, do it.
No, Latina.
Latina.
Whether you're Latina, no. Niggas still ain't shit. Like, people be on my head about that too, because I'm super pro-black, and like, I hate the word woke, but like,
But
they be
like,
like,
aware.
why
Yeah.
do you like, I
Gotta
read,
sleep.
bitch.
Right,
Like, okay,
right.
like, but they be like, why do you say nigga? Like, cause I fucking grew up in LA listening
That's 'cause
to,
she's a black
yeah,
woman.
like I'm
Right.
a fucking black woman. Like, I'll say nigga all I want to. That doesn't mean I'm not pro-black.
Yeah.
But yeah, they'll be on your head. They'll make you so insecure about everything you say, everything you do, everything you wear. Like, people don't want to wake up in the morning without putting a filter on to show their face, because they're like, no, I have to do all this before I get on Instagram. I do it. I've done it.
I do
Yeah.
too. I do that shit.
I'll
too.
take 300 pictures.
Everybody do that.
Oh,
Look,
yes,
everybody do
of
that. You
course.
gotta get the angles, but that's only if you know
Gotta
your
hit the
face.
vein.
Right, right, right. It
Body.
takes me like 2 hours to pick a photo.
Yeah.
Because like most nine times out of 10, I know my picture came out good because I know my angles and my poses.
Right.
So I'm good.
I don't.
So
So
I'm
my
like,
pictures will not be coming out good. Then I'll be like, damn, am I ugly? Like,
nah.
No.
what is going on? Like, and it'll make
Girls,
you
bad lighting.
crazy.
Bad
Lighting is
lighting.
a big
A ring
thing.
light is one of the best investments anybody can get.
Listen,
Literally.
preach.
But
Okay.
then we get addicted to like these compliments and these likes
Yeah,
and
very
these
true.
like,
It goes back to that dopamine thing.
The
talked about with
dopamine.
addiction, like, oh, another comment. Oh, I got this many likes. Oh,
Right.
like
hard eyes.
I think we always have
not
to.
good.
I always try to remind myself, and I always try to say, always remember, validation is for cars, not people.
Ooh.
Because realistically, we're seeking validation.
I'll say.
We're literally seeking validation from people, A, that you probably have never met, will meet, or has a false reality of who you are.
Right.
So I think in those situations, I think the best answer for if it's toxic or destroying relationships, I think it's, are you the one really destroying your relationship because you're allowing all of the extra to come in?
Right.
So I hate when people say, oh, social media destroyed our relationship.
No, that's you. You're allowing it to.
Yeah, you're
Because
allowed
it's
to.
not, yeah, it's like your actions are the only thing. Like, I use social media to help people, to sell products, we started
Plug it.
we started Who Hurt You, but then there are people who literally only use social media to get their next sugar daddy or sugar mama or get their next fuck for the night or whatever.
Right.
I think so. I would say
Full on
like social media.
Full on vagina.
Wait, what?
Oh, I've seen.
I was
No.
like, where?
So I'm like, how did that not get banned? Like, what kind of social media is this?
No, I've seen some stuff on social media where I'm like, how is this not flagged?
Right.
Like, I can see. Oh,
There are loopholes.
that's what you gotta do. Oh.
No, but
Do
I
you
think,
think it's hard, like more temptation, or do you think it's just the person? Because I don't fucking get tempted. Like, I can see a million abs, and that doesn't make me want to fuck you. Like, you could have like,
oh, you mean like if you're in a relationship
yeah,
I think it's you.
and like,
yeah,
yeah, it's you. But also like, I was gonna say, I think in general, social media is a tool.
It is.
It's a tool that you can use either for good or for bad.
Yep.
And like when you were talking about like how much do I share? Like it's up to you. Like you're
Right.
you.
Up to you.
And if you understand you and like you're in touch with who you are, like you might not be. And so then
Right.
you might show some crazy shit on social media. But it's just a tool because it's a reflection of you.
Totally.
Which is like the same way, like even on like a big picture where it's like, you know, like when was it? It was like what do they call it, like the rising of the Arab Spring in like the Middle East a few years ago, when it was like basically whole countries were revolting against dictators, and they used social media to do it.
Yeah, and that's why they banned it.
But that was a tool, and they used it for good. And then there's also people that like, you know, bully a gay kid in school,
and then he
and
kills
a bunch
himself.
of people, and that's a tool.
Awful.
You know what I mean? So like,
awful.
It's a tool, and it's all about like, ultimately though, we're all humans, so. Yeah, we need to like educate people on that. Like, how do you balance your humanity with using this tool that can be used for great power?
But I also think for like relationships, because relationships are not what they used to be. Like my grandparents, I believe they've been married for like 40, 50 years type situation. No one has that. And throughout their relationship, I don't know what their bad times were or what their good times were, because in their marriage, that's what a marriage is. You're supposed to stick it out. And I think that now, that since everything's so accessible, like even our celebrities can access in text message and
DM.
that like when you're going through the ups and downs of your relationship and you're in a vulnerable state, and someone slides in your DM and you're at that moment and you're like, oh okay, boom, and that's open.
I'm gonna entertain you because I have this wound in me right now.
And then that is
that's
up to
dangerous.
you to decide if are you going to be real with yourself and accept what you're really going through and look at the bigger picture, or fall for the fucking forbidden fruit.
I've had a huge struggle, and maybe you guys can help me with. I mean, I know what the obvious answer is. So when me and my ex broke up, like I would look at his social media and I would look at the girls he like. I know. We blocked each other, but then of course I made a page. And
girl, we all got those counts.
And now
sometimes you got a couple.
Now I don't.
You got a couple.
Now I don't, but it's like if I see like I don't know, like it's been I think social media has prevented us from like getting over relationships.
It's been a lot harder.
You answered your own question. Are you at that time you weren't ready to get over it?
Yeah.
And you weren't ready to heal to be able to start to hurt you. So now that you have been able to accept the healing process, you're no longer that person.
Yeah.
So now you can move forward.
But I still like
it's always gonna be like,
so accessible. It's like fuck, you always want to know like, what are they doing?
Right.
But
that
I feel
shit
like
is so fucking annoying.
But when you find yourself in that moment, just be like, fuck them.
Yeah, I do. I have been saying that lately.
Fuck it. Like
what the fuck is this gonna do for me? This
not even that, because at the end of the day, not to cut you off, babe, but at the end of the day, like if he would have been doing what he was supposed to be doing, you wouldn't be asking this question a year later.
That's true.
So that's when you gotta hit that. You gotta like that's a self-check situation. You're like, look, bitch.
Yeah.
You gotta. What are we doing? Stop. Get out the ghost account.
There's so much messiness. Like exes will look at like the new girl's page or try to see who the new this person is, or like messy people will DM and be like, oh, she's doing this to you. See her doing this.
I feel like social media.
I'm like, I don't want to see
However,
it.
though, I am that friend that if you're like, bitch, follow this person so I can see what's going on, I got you. I'm that friend too.
Social media is a passive aggressive person's like, you know,
playground.
They're like, wow, this is amazing. We can live our best life here.
And the most funny thing about that, even though, like, especially with like catfishing accounts and like trolls, these people literally are like some of the weirdest, ridiculous situations that are like literally like in a room on a computer, like situation, like literally, and you're like stressed, like.
You're stressed out over some
like
shit.
and it's crazy. But I really think that with social media, it's really up to us. It's up to you, the individual person.
Discipline.
I will admit though, if I'm like dating someone and it's like new in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
And you're into them, I've totally looked. If you go into like the word people have liked your stuff button, the little heart, and just swipe over, you can see what other people have liked.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm like, what is he liking? Who was he liking?
Yeah.
Or no, my favorite is when like you text someone and they don't respond, but you see they liking all shit on Instagram. You're like, really?
Like, oh, you're awake, you're alive.
You're like,
you said you were going to bed 3 hours ago.
I told you I was going to bed 3 hours ago.
When people say they're going to bed, that's the one thing where I'm like, whatever, it's fine, because I've been like, okay, good night, and then I'm like just scrolling, and I'm like,
but who they liking late at night?
It's who they're liking.
Do you have any examples of anything from your relationship?
Yes. This wasn't a relationship. This was a guy who I met, and it was like going to be the first date. And we had been talking for like 2 weeks without actually going out.
Okay.
And he finally was like, okay, like let's get breakfast. And I'm like, can I cuss on this show?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I always
Go to it.
I was caught myself. I was like, I usually date fuckboys, so I was like, oh, like breakfast, that's different. Why not? Give it a try.
You mean like you be
He's
trying to make
such
an
a sweet
excuse?
fuck boy.
Like you be trying to make an excuse? Like maybe different.
Whatever. So he makes the plans. He's like, I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. I get there, and the pantry downtown always has this long ass line before you go in. I'm waiting for like 30 minutes.
The pancakes? Yeah. Oh, my ex took me there. Is that the fuckboy place?
Listen.
Oh, wait, is that the one on Figueroa? That the line
It's
never closes.
Right by
It's
the
like,
Staples Center.
It's the one that's open 24/7 that doesn't have a lock on the door.
Yeah.
Wow, you know, I don't know if it doesn't have a lock on the door.
Fuckboy Central. Fuckboy Central.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yes. So long story short, he stands me up, right? And I was like,
You're beautiful.
Girl, he wasn't ready.
He stands me up, and then I was like, he died because like who actually stands someone?
He died.
I genuinely was like, oh my god, this is so sad.
Okay.
He died, but he didn't die. This is the thing. So then like 2 days goes by, and I see that he's like active on social media. I'm like, oh, so he's alive somewhere.
Oh.
He did. I legitimately like was not mad. Like I came home, I was talking to my friends. I was like, I wonder what happened to him.
Yeah.
Saw that he was alive. I call him, and I was so nice on the phone, so chill, and I was like, hey, what's up? Like, what happened? He was like, damn, I never thought I would hear from you again. And I was like, and he was like, to be real, I just didn't have the money, and I felt embarrassed to tell you. But it would have been
if you said that at the front of the
just
jump.
tell me not to go.
Oh,
like you're gonna let me drive all the way downtown.
Bro, did you go eat your pancakes though?
No, I left.
I didn't have the money after I invited you somewhere.
And I don't even care about them not having money. I don't care about the material stuff at all.
Right.
But it was just like the disrespect.
But like, just communicate.
Yeah.
That's weird.
That's what we were talking about in the other episode of Toxic Masculinity, how they would just be truthful with us women.
Right.
That we are more understanding to the truth than if they just do this whole bullshit thing.
Totally.
Because he had to end up telling you why he didn't show up.
But pride.
Yeah, but it's toxic pride.
Is yeah.
Do you have an example, guys?
So, I have all the fucking examples. What do you mean? No, first of all, I don't know if it's the Latina in me, the black, I'm a Taurus, like what it is, but I am like social media stalker. Like I will, God, I can't believe I'm even admitting this. No, but I'm very blunt about, and I'm self-aware about who I am.
Let it out, girl.
Like I want to know like who you liked before, like what you like.
Oh, yeah.
I need to know what the fuck you're not telling me.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what the fuck you're not telling me, because like you're not gonna tell me that you'll act like you don't like this certain type of girl, but you'll go like her photo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you could just be honest about like what type of girl you're double tapping on, you know, or like who you're moving on with. Like I need to know who you're moving on with. Or
I have a really good friend.
I don't know why.
I have a really good friend that does that for me. Like I'll give a name, the bitch like full background story. This, that. I'm like, damn, bitch. Really?
I think it's a control issue or a
Maybe.
fear.
I think it is.
Fear.
She's like, I'm pretty sure it's okay. We all have our things we're working on.
I'm analyzing my flaws right now to figure out the root.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I can fix it and let it
because
go.
even if I think we talked about this in one of our episodes, but like I think we were talking about when you were like sometimes you want to just let him know how much he hurt you.
Yeah.
And we were talking about like that does nothing for you.
It really doesn't.
And it's the same kind of thing with like, oh well, I want to know who he's gone on with, and or like before it's like it
does
doesn't
nothing
matter.
for
It's not. It
you.
has nothing to do with you. Like
Yeah.
Just do it to torture ourselves.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
Totally.
But it's okay. I get it. Like, I get it. I'm just saying though.
Just so we
No.
can be like, that bitch isn't as cute as me, or that bitch doesn't have this, or that
Right.
just so we can talk shit and send it to our friends.
Literally, bitch.
Yeah.
So that shit happened to me, right? This guy took me to a date. We went to catch LA. And I thought the date was amazing. Mm-hmm. We were getting downstairs. I made a very point that like I Ubered there and I lived down the street, thinking he'd be a gentleman and drive me home. He's like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna get my car out of LA. And I was like, the fuck? I was like, well, I guess I'll just order my Uber. And then I was like, okay, like text me when you get home, let you know you made it home safe.
Yeah.
Nigga ghosted me, right? So then he sees me the next week, all of my fucking glory, all this out in the street. He texts me the next day, 24 hours to be exact. Hey Marcel, it's such and such. Sorry I didn't text you back. I didn't really feel any chemistry, but I saw you out the other day and you looked fucking amazing. Maybe next time we can like actually be cordial and say hi, da 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 da. And I wrote back, okay. But the fucked up part about that is when I saw him the day before he texted me, he was with a downgraded version. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that, but like my downgraded version of me, literally. Yeah. And I was like, that's what you're going for? And I had to check my, I was like all hot. I was like, this nigga stood me up and ghosted me for that? This bitch got like, really? The bitch got a drink. I got a fucking meal. Like, what the fuck out of here? And I was like analyzing like my value.
All pride,
exactly.
insecurity.
And made me have to check myself.
Yeah.
And then when I got the text message, that was like confirmation, like, wow,
like
niggas really ain't shit.
I guess I don't know if we're talking about social media more, but I guess like I hate when I see couples on social media and then you'll go to the comments and some people are like, oh, she's too good for you, or oh wow, he's really way better looking than her.
Shit.
Like I'm like, damn.
It's not
chill. Like
I'm always really careful about not comparing myself to whoever the other girl is, just because it's like
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But I think that's a subconscious thing we do.
I know. Oh, totally. I've totally looked at a girl and been like, oh, she's prettier, but I've never been like, oh, like I'm way hotter than her. Yeah. Mainly just because in my own personal situations, it's usually been like, oh, he's somehow insecure with himself, intimidated by whatever the fuck he thinks. Whatever. I mean, I think I'm bomb, but like
you know you are. I can see it.
And I think that comes to play a lot of the times when he moves on to someone else who you like see as a lesser version of you. Yeah. It's like because they're dealing with their own, you know.
Well, typically they do. It's a fear thing because they're more comfortable with. They couldn't handle like fear came with you. Obviously, there was something there, and then they were able to get with someone who, it's like you're here and they're like right here, but they're comfortable here.
Right.
Because that person doesn't scare them. So sometimes we're going and we're looking and we're like, that's what you like, you didn't, that's what you cheat on me with, or that's what you, but it's because that person didn't scare them. That person made them feel comfortable. That person, you know, and
it's,
we shouldn't be focused on it. And the fact that we have so much access to it, fuels our insecurities and it's almost psychotic, you know, or it's some worse, socio something. Like psychologically it's fueling something in us to make us become obsessed with, even if we're like moved on, we're still I mean, I literally have told recently one of my exes, you have a whole girl and a baby, why do you still check on me? Like, be happy and move forward. Like, just move on.
You're the one that got away, that's why.
That part. But obviously, too, to interject back to that.
That's his problem.
But to interject back to that social media thing with that, is that with YouTube being such beautiful, dope black queens that have such a beautiful life on Instagram, with a man seeing that and then meeting you in person and being like, oh shit, she scares me because she's real. She's the girl that everyone wants, and she's the girl in front of me.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Because I've had guys literally be like, oh, I'm not gonna get at her because she has too many followers. I want a girl who has like 2,000 followers, or
that don't mean nothing.
Oh, that you probably have hella guys in your DMs. Meanwhile, I'm fucking always with my kids.
Right.
I'm like
I'm at home.
Yeah, I don't live this
like
weird
I'm at home in the dark. Like
thought life that you think I'm living. Like I'm not out here like in Dubai on trips with like 'cause a nigga flew me out, or like it's none of that weirdo shit happening. And I have hella followers and I have admirers, but like I'm normal. Like
totally. I've literally not told guys that I have Instagram because I don't want them to see it and then freak out.
I've deactivated my Instagram before dates before too.
Really?
That's so sad.
It's just, I mean,
because you don't want that prejudgment.
Right. I just dealt with people getting weird about it, just like you said, getting intimidated, and I'm just like, I don't want to just get to know me first, and then you can find out later.
And especially if you have a strong personality like both of you do, people get that shit and run with it. Like one of my biggest things that people always tell me is that I feel like I'm a very misunderstood person, and because of the simple fact of because people think I'm intimidating based off of my like intensity of
your
my
abs
eyes.
Photos and your
like me like if I
follow you on Instagram.
I was literally like I was at Trader Joe's looking at something, concentrating, and one of the workers was like, are you okay? Did you need something? Am I in trouble? I was like, what? She was like, your eyes are just so like
they're intense. They're beautiful.
And I was like, thank you. And I was like,
They're
people
beautiful.
thank you. But people find things like that intimidating because of the insecurities that they have within themselves. So I think it's like we really do have to just get back to the ground foundation of being able to separate what people show you online versus the actual person.
Right.
I don't know, like, and I'm trying to, so I think the way that you overcome issues is not to run from them.
Yeah, you can't run
because
from them.
people will say like log off, right? And I think sometimes, yeah, you should log off. But I think if we develop, it's like when you develop a callus on your hand or whatever, then you get strong. You're able to pick up the weights because you've developed this callus and your hand is stronger. We need to develop that on social media so that we can stop going on there and getting anxiety and depression and insecure when we see people who are beautiful. We need to be able to say, this person is beautiful, I admire them, but I'm still beautiful too. You know, instead of being like, fuck, she's so beautiful, I don't have this like her, or I don't have this many likes. She has so many people following her, why don't people follow me? I must not be beautiful too.
But I think you actually did, and it's called Who Hurt You. Like literally, because think about it, like you came from a dark place, turned a dark thing into something beautiful that really allows for you to be able to showcase your truths and other people's truths and be able to help everyone heal in the process. So I think
we just need to get everyone on board.
It's only the beginning.
Everyone gets their whole mental health situation.
Not even that. Like think about it. Like think about it.
Yeah,
even
because
like
there are millions of other people on this earth that are still struggling with seeing beautiful guys, beautiful girls. They're not thinking like of it in a positive way. They're finding a way to put themselves down rather than saying like, I live on a beautiful planet with other beautiful people and I'm beautiful
energies.
Too. Let me contribute to this beautiful energy by reciprocating it. And
it stems from insecurity, that's all it is. Because like this is kind of a side note, but Valentine's Day, for example.
Oh god.
I'm single, I've been single on Valentine's Day multiple years, but I love the holiday because I love seeing people in love.
You
know?
Me too.
And like it makes me
happy.
No, I'll be over there mad like, really bitch? I'll be at home like
normal. It's normal.
No, I love it. I love all of that shit. It gives me hope.
Exactly. Hope. That's what
I get hope from it. I don't be like, ugh, I'm fucking happy ass bitches. Like, no, I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna have that one day.
It's like, yeah, but the last 5 years I didn't, but okay. Maybe next year it'll be different. But
you can sing a little bit.
Yeah, like that's like a band-aid where you gotta be like, I'm happy for you though.
Totally.
I feel you, You'd be like, damn, okay.
Yeah, but I think that's just a part of growth. And for you to even come to that moment, you literally have to get to that point.
So if you have a social media account, which I'm sure you do, because that's probably how you found us, just use your social media for positive things, for businesses, for growth and learning. I've never left a weird ass comment under someone's
don't leave
picture.
Hate comments.
Like, don't leave
that's
hateful
literally
comments.
Weird. That's not okay.
Yeah. Like, use your social media for good and help the vibration of this planet, you know?
And also use your social media to, follow Who Hurt You.
Yeah. And
subscribe.
Tell your friends. And where can they follow you? You want to give them your handles?
Oh yeah, I'm Drew__Dorsey, like everywhere.
I love that.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
We'll leave it in the description. You guys leave a nice comment below.
Yes.
And press that like button. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We love you. And we hope you heal.